Hi Molly, it's Professor Melanie giving you feedback on your final project in complementary in integrative therapies, complementary integrative health for this fall. So overall, I appreciated your colorful slide deck. You had it very clear with your bright white font with your slides behind it. You were just missing a title on your title page, so which you could have come up with any title. So I didn't take off points for that. Just don't forget your titles when you do projects in the future. You had a great job discussing your target audience and your goal. You had a good voiceover. You weren't like too slow or anything like that when you're speaking. You had a good dictation, which wasn't part of the grade, but I like to give students feedback. One of the main things that was really just evident throughout your, because you only submitted a PDF, is that you did not have any in-text citations. So there's no in-text citation to explain what complementary health is and support your work. There's nothing for your integrative health, so you needed in-text citations to kind of share those. Your in-text citation here was inaccurate. It would be a Lendu, comma, and year. You don't want to put the C period and the comma, so you would just wipe this part out and delete that. And then again, I don't know if all of this came from a Lendu or just parts of it. So that's, again, something you want to think about going forward in your different classes if you're going to be doing APA formatting and presentations. Think of it like a research paper, right? You're just writing your research paragraph on a slide, so you'd want to have those in-text citations. Again, there was no in-text citation to support any of this work here, the hesitation to address, the music intervention, and you did have one in here. It would just be Stegman et al. There would be no T period. You would get rid of the comma. And then, again, how can you prove that interventions can be simple to integrate? So you would want to have a citation to go along with this. So that's what most of my comments are on throughout all of your slides. You had good information, but I don't know where you learned it from. So you would want to integrate the research in. Excuse me, I have a cold and I've been doing a lot of talking, so I apologize for my voice. Like this one, you have these here, that's perfect. I just needed those to be on all of the other slides that I've just gone over. So, and then you would want to put them with the particular parts that they were from. So if home was from Ty Poly, you would get rid of the comma, the M period, comma, so it's just Ty Poly et al. Then you would put this here. If it was just from Raglio 2023, you would just put it there. So again, just taking that forward. You did have Hanley et al. Here for your direct quote. You want to have a page number if at all possible. And then where did all of this come from? You had to have learned this from somewhere, so where did it come from? If it came from the same reference, you would still have to state that, because you always want to have a in-text citation with a direct quote, but you also need one for the rest of the material. So hopefully this is helping you understand. And then therapeutic touch. Again, none of these have in-text citations, so I don't know where you learned the information from. So this one would just be tipped in, get rid of the comma, C period, comma, and then there are a lot more recent peer-reviewed journal articles on exercise. It's a very hot topic right now. So you would want to I didn't take off for that, but you want to really make sure that you have like a more recent reference, especially for exercise. It's a very hot topic. And all of this, you would want to know where you learned this from, for our research project. Same thing with the rest of it. So I don't want to keep going through all of them. I know that you did have a little bit more on your, you did have one here for Farrar. You did have one on this side. But what about the rest of these? How can you prove, where did you learn this research from? And that's all I would just say again. And this one's great because it's telling me the whole slide was based on Farrar et al. And then you would just want to get rid of the comma, the A period, comma. If you have any questions, or if there's any way that I can help you in the future so that you don't lose so many points on this, I'd be glad to help you. Please reach out. I'd gladly Zoom with you, or we can talk about it, or I can help you with something, you have questions about. And then your reference page should be in alphabetical order. And your first one looks good. Your second one looks good. This third one here, you don't want to italicize this article, but I want to italicize the journal. name. And then in the journal, the B for evidence-based, C for complementary, A, all of that should be capital letters. You want to make sure that you have capital letters in your journal title, journal name. And then the C in clinics would be capital also. And then your clinical aromatherapy would not be italicized, and the rest of this would be italicized. So you had good content and you had great discussion. Most of your grade was basically not having those in-text citations and then some APA formatting issues. And I tried to be as generous as I could in those particular areas. So if you have any questions, again, I'd be happy to discuss them with you, go over something, help clarify something so that you can get this perfected for future classes. But I've enjoyed having you in the course. And if there's anything I can do in the future, please reach out. I wish you a wonderful break and a wonderful winter. Thanks for taking the class with me, Molly.